Today, I will show you how to assist in central venous catheter insertion. And I'm Lawrence Paragas, your nurse for today. The purpose of central venous catheter is to infuse medication or hypertonic or highly irritating solution requiring rapid, high volume dilution to prevent systemic reaction and local venous damage, to correct diminished peripheral blood flow, and to monitor central venous pressure. Before assisting in central venous catheter insertion, first you must secure a complete physician written order must be secured. Consent must be signed and informed prior to insertion except in emergency situation. Sterile technique must be maintained throughout the procedure. Patient shall be placed on cardiac monitor and pulse oximeter. Connection of all tubings must be secured with tape or if available. All pre-existing IV tubings and solution should be discarded and changed. All relevant information regarding central venous catheter line placement shall be properly documented. Central line venous insertion must be done in aseptic technique. These are the materials. Our set is arranged which one will be the first one to use. Betadine, cotton roll, antiseptic swab sticks or alcohol swab, sterile gauze, 500 ml NSS plus 500 units of heparin, lidocaine, puncturing needle, then guide wire. Our central venous sheath, it comes in 3 different sizes: double lumen, triple lumen, or quadruple lumen. Comes also in 7 French and 7.5 French. Dilator, 3 pieces of 20 cc syringe, and then 3 pieces of extension way. Then suture with needle holder, forceps, and tegaderm for securing. We will flush the central venous sheath using heparinized saline. We will put 1 syringe in the medial area without air. We will check for the patency by flushing it. After checking for the patency, we will lock this medial area. Proximal area also, this white port. Then we will keep open this distal area. After checking the patency, we will remove the 20 cc syringe. Then we will connect on the 3-way extension, flushing it again. There are 4 types of sites: intrajugular, subclavian, femoral, and antecubital. The most preferred site is subclavian site. We're assisting the doctor for central venous line insertion. First, he or she will prepare the site by using the betadine. Then next will be antiseptic swab sticks or alcohol swab. Then the doctor will ask for the local anesthesia. We'll use the lidocaine. And then, assuming there's the site, we will remove the cap. Then, assuming the doctor will puncture the site, then the doctor will remove the syringe. So, our responsibility is to give this guide wire. Then, after introducing the guide wire, we'll give the dilator. Then after that, the doctor will insert the central venous sheath. Then, as shown you before, we check already the patency. So, after checking the patency, the doctor now will put the 3 extension wire connected to the triple lumen or double lumen or quadruple lumen. Then by checking the patency, we will aspirate if there is blood. We will first unlock the central venous sheath. Then after securing, before securing the line, we will give to the doctor this fixation device, and he will use the suture with a needle holder. Usually, we're using Chromic 2.0. Then after that, we will secure with Tegaderm. After applying off-site dressing, we will check for the post-procedure. So first, we will check for the order of the doctor for chest X-ray for the confirmatory of central venous line. Then assess vital signs, no changes from the baseline. Document the location, site condition, patency of line, heparinization, problems encountered with insertion, if any, and patient's tolerance of procedure. After central line insertion, do chest X-ray. Then reposition the patient to semi-Fowler's position. So that's all for assisting central venous lines insertion. Thank you.